Hey, beautiful people. Thank you for joining me once again for a brand new episode of The Lipstick Lesbian. I know that the last episode was a bit of a Debbie Downer, so we're going to switch gears real quick and I'm going to try to inspire some of you. Now, I know you're probably wondering what the hell is the GoPuff GlowUp? You're probably also wondering what the hell is a GoPuff? GoPuff is my job. It's where I work, and I'm basically going to take the time out to explain to you guys how I went from being damn near homeless to making 1K in just about a month. I know it seems like it's impossible, but it's really not. So just try your hardest to pay attention, and hopefully you'll suck up some of this information. GoPuff was started by a couple of Drexel University students, and I lived in University City. My specific block was within walking distance of Drexel. So when the company actually started to grow and branch out, of course, my neighborhood was one of the first places that heard about it. I would see it on buses and, I would hear about it through the grapevine, but I had never used it before. GoPuff probably was out for maybe about 6 or 8 months before I started using it. So basically, it's an app, and you download the app. It's kind of like a convenience store on wheels. You go through, order what you want, you pay for it, and then within 30 minutes, it's at your door. And when I say it's so convenient, you can order kitty litter, probably 6 racks of beer, and some socks and ice cream. And like I said, within a half an hour, it's at your door. Um, I loved GoPuff because it was just playing straight into my laziness. When I needed something, I didn't have to get in my car and go to the store or anything else like that. So that's actually how I fell in love with GoPuff, was by being a consumer first. So now we're going to rewind and we're going to go back quite a few months to where my life was spiraling out of control and I was in a very dark place. Back in May of 2017, I lost my job. Now, if you've been following me for a while, you know that I worked in the health field. I was good at my job, but I wasn't happy. So me losing my job was actually a blessing in disguise because I knew for a fact that that's not where I wanted to be. I knew that I wanted to find something else and branch out and just feel free. And I just didn't feel like that anymore at my job. So when I was let go, I was denied unemployment. I was basically living off of my last 2 paychecks and I was babysitting, but that really wasn't like a good source of income either. And so with everything going on in my personal life, I was just losing it. I was shutting down from the world. I really wasn't talking to my friends. I really wasn't speaking to my family. I didn't want to leave the house. I was very, very depressed because I didn't want to go back into the health field. I was basically applying for jobs that I wasn't qualified for. And I just figured, why the hell not? Shoot for what you got, and if you get it, then good. If not, move on to the next thing. So that actually went on for a little bit, and then I heard about Amazon Flex. Now, I signed up for Amazon Flex. They got back to me within a few weeks, and I want to say maybe like 2 weeks after that, I started working. Hated it. That's another story. I have my reasons why I hated it, but I absolutely hated it. Because I was a consumer for GoPuff, I figure why not give it a try and let's see where it goes. I mean, a job is a job. So I applied for GoPuff. They called me back, I want to say probably within about 12 hours. I scheduled my interview for the following week, and it really didn't take long. I didn't feel pressured or anything. Sometimes when you sit there in an interview, you're like nervous and stuff. This wasn't like that at all. The atmosphere was just so calming and so relaxed. I really, liked it behind the scenes straight off the bat. So they did my background check, and then all I had to do was go on a couple shadow runs. And from there, they were like, "Do you want to start working?" And I was like, "No." I was being very picky. Don't ask me why. I wanted to start off with the whole first week. So the following week comes up, and I start working. Now, I believe in something called the system. The system is going to be different at different jobs. You can be in one career field and go to 2 different companies and think you know what you're doing, but you don't know the system. The system may work for me, might be tweaked for you, My system may work for me, and it just may work for you as well. Some people's systems are completely different, but wherever you go, you must learn the system. Point blank, period. There is nothing that you can do about it. I don't care what nobody say. Learn the system. Make the system work for you. So here I am at this job, and at first I'm like, okay, I can get used to this. It's not that bad. And if you're wondering what I do, I'm a delivery girl. That's what I do. I deliver for GoPuff. Um, I wasn't that bad in the beginning, but I wasn't that good either. Mind you, at this point in time, I'm going through this whole split with my relationship. Um, like I said, I was damn near homeless. I basically had three options. I can live out of my car, I can go to a shelter, or I can beg a family member to let me stay with them. So I chose to beg a family member to let me stay with her. At the same time, my car is breaking down, my check engine light is on, I had car problems. I needed to get my transmission changed within like the first couple of weeks of me working for GoPuff, and that did not look good. So now I'm worried, like, I actually like this job, but I can't lose it. What am I going to do? And basically, there are four key factors for me that really played a part in all of this. Number one, my job, because that's my source of income. Number two, my therapist, Ashley, because she's just the bomb.com. I don't care what nobody said. Ashley she just clarifies everything for me. Number three, my determination. And number four, just a dash of fear. Now, all these things swirled together was enough to propel me, but I needed that flame lit in me to see that these four factors were coming together. What was that flame? I'm glad you asked. So this may be a little bit off topic, but a lot of you know that my favorite artist is Kehlani. Her music speaks to me from the second I listen to it. It's always there when I need it. You know, her voice is just incredible. And I want to say this was maybe about a week or two after she had got off of her tour. She posted a picture on Instagram really, really late one night, and it was her in a studio. And as I was looking at this picture, it clicked to me. When you hear a song, you don't necessarily think about the hours that was put in to make that song. You don't think about the lyrics that you ran through, or that the artist ran through to write the song, or what they had to tweak or what they had to change. All you know is the outcome. So for me, I had to figure out, well, what the hell is my outcome? That's where my therapist comes in. Like I said, she helps me to clarify things in my life. So my therapist actually helped me break away from everything else, all the clutter, all the stress. I will say that one of my biggest problems is that I tend to listen to other people instead of myself. So I go for what other people think I should do, or what other people think I should be. Because after all, I said it before and I'll say it again, I suffer from depression, low self-esteem, and anxiety. So Ashley's helping me build myself back up. At the same time, she's helping me figure out what I want to be and where I want to go. Determination came in definitely when my car just lost cause. And it's just like, well, what the hell am I going to do? Like, I have to figure something out. You know, this is my income right now. Fear. My fear was failure. I said I don't have a good relationship with my mother, and I don't. My mother emotionally abused me my whole life. There was a point in time that she told me, there were multiple points in time that she told me I wouldn't be anything, which led me to believe I would never have anything nice. I would never get nowhere in life or anything like that. So as I'm working in my rundown car, I'm riding through these neighborhoods, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to have this one day. One day, all this is going to be me. And I'm going to do it by myself. And I'm going to work hard for everything. And I'm going to get where I have to go. So I think that all these things, that was happening in my world, they were all blessings in disguise. From the car to the living situation, everything. The picture that Kaylani put up, it all helped light that spark inside of me. And believe it or not, I started to figure out what system worked best for me. So I knew that the male drivers were better than the female drivers. So now I'm starting to pay attention to what the managers are saying. I'm starting to figure out, well, how many deliveries is he doing? Well, when is he doing these deliveries? All right, what times do I need to work to maximize the amount of money I make? And how many deliveries do I have to get out at this time? These are the things that I'm starting to think of, the thoughts that I'm starting to have, and I'm starting to put together this giant picture piece by piece. And the more and more I push myself, the better and better I get. So then this goes to, well, all right, if I can make this amount of money at this time, can I expand that without burning out? So now I'm adding hours onto my day. Okay, now how can I optimize my productivity and just get as many out as fast as possible without seeming rude or rushing people or speeding through red lights or anything else like that. So then it's like, all right, well, maybe if I line my orders up in order and then I call the customer before I get there, just a couple minutes to let them know I'll be pulling up shortly. They'll be outside. They'll be ready to go. Grab their order, hop out, have them sign, scan their ID, whatever I have to do, and then I'm on my way. Okay, what else can I do? How else can I take this further? What's next? What's next? If you do delivery, I'm pretty sure you understand. If you don't do delivery, you probably think that, well, it doesn't seem like it's that hard. And that's the best part about it. It's not hard. It's not hard whatsoever. And that's why I love my job. You don't really have to do too much thinking. I mean, you do have to do some thinking, but not too much. So then, as I'm getting better and better, I'm still tweaking my system. I'm still figuring out. I'm still, trying to optimize it just a little bit better. When I come up with learn the streets, GoPuff only delivers to certain neighborhoods, certain zip codes. So you're constantly going to these same places over and over again. Okay, well, if I learn the streets and I know that if I take this stop sign, I can bypass this green light, but then that one might be red. But if I come this way, I can bypass the stop sign and both lights will be green. It seems like it's a lot, but like I said, when you're going through the same neighborhoods day after day, you start to pick up on these things. And it's, it actually becomes like a no-brainer. When you look at an address or you look at a zip code or you look at cross streets, you're like, all right, I got this. I know exactly how to get there as fast as possible without getting a ticket. And that's the best part about it, is that everything starts to come naturally. Now, I'm not telling you about these things because I work for GoPuff. I'm telling you about these things because I actually like my job. For the first time in a really, really long time, I like my job. I actually like to go into work. I'm what you call a core driver. So there's actually a group of us core drivers, and we all know each other. We all, help each other. And don't get me wrong, we help the new drivers too. Unfortunately, not all new drivers last, but we help where we see fit. We help when others need help. And then because we built such a great rapport with each other, we have like this amazing rapport with our managers. That the atmosphere is just so welcoming when you come to GoPuff. My very first night, there is this girl named Kate. It was only me and her there, and it's not that many females that work at night. I want to say it's about 3 main females that work at night. And Kate was the first one to help me. She was the first one to say, listen, I get that you did a shadow, but here, download this, download that, download that. And, if you got any questions, hit me up. Don't be afraid. That's how we are with everybody. And it's not something that they ask you to do at GoPuff, which is the craziest part about it. It just comes naturally. To be honest with you, they don't even ask us to wear uniforms, but we do. We get the shirts and we get the hats and we wear them because that's what we like. That's how we're comfortable. And sometimes if you sit your hat down or it gets misplaced, you'll hear somebody say, oh, did you see my hat? Or where can I get an extra one or something like that? Because that's, our culture of the job. Another thing I love about my job is to transfer. It's like the easiest process ever. When I wanted to transfer, I just actually hit up the social media page, and I'm not even sure who I was talking to. It could have been somebody in my office. It could have been somebody on another one of the offices, but everything was just, smooth, and it was just a great ride. And from there, week by week, I see my paycheck going up. I set a goal for myself. Once I started to learn the culture, once I started to learn the people, once I could tweak my system, I set a goal for myself. So on a weekly basis, you see my goal going up. My goal was not to make anything less than $1,000. I hit that goal a long time ago. Now I'm actually making more than that. And, for people out there that think that, especially the younger group, get rich quick schemes, they're not good. A lot of times you get in trouble with those type of things. I remember when I was younger, it was all about check fraud. Somebody would approach you with a check, you cash it, next thing you know, they make off with the money and you're in debt. Pyramid schemes, don't do it. A lot of times you invest a lot of money, and in the end, you're either stuck with a lot of product left over or you're stuck with empty pockets. My tip to you is work hard, set your goals, go after what you want. I used to have to live paycheck to paycheck. I don't have to do that anymore. Um, like I said, riding through neighborhoods, I would always tell myself, I want that. I want something nice. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you've seen the apartment that I was approved for. I'm sorry, the loft that I was approved for. When I say it took me 1 month to just do so much better, I'm not kidding. That broke down car, gone. I now have a new car, push to start, leather interior, heated seats, fully loaded sound system, sunroof. What could I ask for? My car has LED lights in the inside of it, and at the push of a button, I can change the color. If you know me personally, you know that my last car was black and pink. Now I have black leather interior with pink LED lights. I mean, all off of GoPuff. All off of GoPuff. And this is not one of those jobs where you just come in and clock in and they don't care about you. When they see that you're down, what's wrong? When they see that you're lagging, I got you. If you're tired, it's cool, I'll carry you. This is the reason why, like, I actually stand by my job before. I mean, job now. Sorry, not before. Totally different ballgame. But I stand by my job now. I stand by what I do. If somebody say, "Oh, she's just a delivery girl," tell them my last paycheck was $1,200. That was for 1 week. I mean, it don't get no better than that at all. I want you guys to understand that life is what you make it. I personally feel like the cards that I was dealt was against me from the beginning. Against me from the beginning. But yet and still, I toughed it out, and look at me now. I no longer think on a weekly basis. I'm actually no longer thinking on a monthly basis. I'm thinking 6 months in advance now. Do I want to be a delivery driver forever? No, not at all. But I have goals. I now make the money to invest in my goals. I now make the money to save for my goals. You could conquer the world when you just happy with what you do. When you love what you do, you're going to want to do it more and more and more. I personally don't consider myself to be, Wonder Woman or Superwoman or anything else like that. But, When it's time to put in work, my strength comes out of nowhere. It comes out of nowhere. And I want you guys to just think the same way. You know, do what you want to do. Learn your system. Let your strength guide you. What else can I say? So, I'm going to wrap this up. You guys already know. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. You guys are more than welcome to hit me up on Instagram at MixButterfly. You will follow me on Snapchat at Apple from Eve. And let me know if it's something that you want to hear about, or, it's something you want me to discuss or anything. Drop me a line. Leave it in the comments. It don't even matter. Hit me up. One thing I will say before I go is that I'm actually going to do a blog, and it is called X Marks the Spot. So that's going to be very, very interesting. And yeah, I'm definitely going to get that popping like ASAP. And I'll share that information as soon as I have it. So until next time, beautiful people, I bid you adieu. GoPuff currently services 24 different cities across the United States. To download the GoPuff app, please visit the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store.